Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Jack with Reworked Muscle, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely do so now. So today we are going to be talking about Regan Grimes, king of the muffin pumps and the grimy bowl. So Regan has announced after he flew out to Dubai, I'm sorry, not Dubai, Kuwait, to train at the Oxygen Gym over there. And then over Christmas, he came home to celebrate Christmas with his family, and never went back. So I'm sure Bader wasn't too happy or too pleased about that. However, this was the best decision for him, or so he feels. And so he announced that he is going to be moving down to classic physique. So let's talk about that. So he definitely, you can see over in Kuwait, he put on a good chunk of size. Definitely got up there. He competes at around 235 pounds on stage in stage condition. And he got up to, report saying up to 275, 280 over in Kuwait. But like in this conditioning, he's about 235. And so he is just under 6 foot tall, 5'11 and a half. And so in classic physique, he will have to be about, so 215 pounds is his, I take that back, 217 pounds is his cutoff. So, well, firstly, do I think he can make it? I know like guys like Dave Palumbo are saying it's going to be tough for him to make. And I mean, I think it'll be tough if he were to not lose any muscle, but I think what's going to happen is he just won't eat as much. He'll lose muscle mass and then he'll make the class. That being said, I don't know that it was the best decision for him. Granted, I don't know the health piece that he was concerned with. However, guys like Chris Aceto, who worked with Regan extensively since he was an amateur, Regan was not on much of the supplement, shall we say. You know, there were times in the off season where he would literally do none, like no gear whatsoever. Which, if you think about the IFBB Pro level, that's unheard of, and he was still growing on that because he's so young. I mean, he's what, 23 years old? He's a year younger than I am. So I think that piece of it, he was not really him. He's on almost nothing, and the reality of it, guys, is the guys in Classic aren't taking any less drugs than the guys in Open. Those of you who think they are, it's just not true. The guys in Classic are taking just as many. It's more about a body shape and how genetically predisposed you are to being able to build muscle. Not everyone has the genetic predisposition to being able to build as much muscle as a open class bodybuilder. And I think Regan, I mean, honestly, if you look at some of these competition photos like this, the way his muscles are inserting, you know, I think he had a potential to be a Mr. Olympia someday. So I think, I mean, obviously he needs to do whatever he feels is best for him because it's his life, but I don't know, man. I think he could do some serious damage in the open class if he were to get up on stage at, 250, 260. Can you imagine this same physique, same muscle insertions with a solid 30 more pounds of muscle on it? I mean, boom, game over. He'd shut the door on a lot of people. But that being said, that is the official announcement. He will be dropping to Classic, and we'll see what's going to happen. I think that his insertions, we'll see, but my guess is if you look, his lats, even right now at 235, they're not real predominant, and in Classic, guys with the bigger lats seem to be doing better. So I think that will hurt him because he's got a little bit longer muscle bellies, which is really good for open because it allows you to add so much more muscle, but not so good for Classic because you look smaller when you don't add, and you have a weight cap, so you can't add as much. So I don't know if I had to predict, I don't think his capacity to win the Olympia and Classic as big as the capacity for him to win in the Open. Not to mention, financially speaking, Open class, you're gonna, if you do win the Olympia, you make a whole lot more money. Phil Heath won another 400 grand this year at the Olympia, whereas the Classic Physique guy I think got like 30 or 40 grand. So I mean, pennies on the dollar. So you know, that's another piece of this that he should be thinking about, and I'm sure he is, and I know he makes a decent chunk of change from sponsorships. But that is my take on the Regan Grimes dropping down to the Classic Physique division. Alright guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, and like and comment, and let me know what you guys think of his drop. Do you think it was a good idea for him, or do you think he was better suited for open bodybuilding? Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, peace.